Hi, everybody. I just realized how extremely boring I think it is to sell. And being an entrepreneur or a business person, I also understand that saying that is kind of paradoxical because when we are basically selling our own services or our own creations, that is how we survive, right, in this world. I just realized that I can't stand, telling somebody why they should buy something that I'm creating. It actually drains my energy extremely, and I feel like I'm out of integrity. So, what I have been learning more and more the last years in my life is to respond to life. It is to not go out there and take, but actually wait, be in a more receptive mode, and wait until things come to me in my life. And then I respond to them. And that has changed my whole perspective of life. I used to be more of a go-getter, and I said there's nothing in my life that I wanted to have that I haven't had, and I was always kind of even proud of being like that. And more I tune into the receptive mode and I'm responding to life. I see that that's a more comfortable place, a more natural state, a better place for me to be, because what actually transpires from that in my life is that a lot of things happen naturally and I don't feel like I'm forcing life anymore. And I think also that this is connected to the fact that the way that I buy in my life has always been when I respond to something. So when I scroll on social media or online, or when I go out shopping, it's like when I respond to something, I'm gonna buy it. I don't actually need anybody to tell me to buy it. It's just gonna be natural because I want it, because I can imagine myself having that. I can imagine, how what I'm gonna experience by having that. And then I'm gonna get it. And it's not gonna be even a process of like, should I not? It's a very natural process. And that is also what I feel in, who I am in the world. If somebody responds to me and wants to do something with me, whether that's being in one of my groups or a one-to-one, it's going to be natural. I don't really have to sell it. I don't actually, it's kind of funny because I don't actually really have a one way that you can contact me. So I have people from all over the place, and I trust that the person who's going to be able to reach me is going to reach me. And there's something with there's also a little bit mysterious to trust life. And I was watching this morning a live, and it said, trust is the doorway to surrender, basically, or the precursor to surrendering. And it really touched me deeply because that truth in me was so deep. So for me, trust, I have the second gene key as my life's work. And that's all about trust. It's about trusting life. And I realized what human beings, what we most want and what we most long for is that surrender. It is to feel that we don't have to force, that we don't have to do anything, that we can just basically surrender into life, surrender into what it is to be alive. And that is not something for me that is away from business. That is not something that is away from your everyday life. That is not for me, a kind of spiritual woo-woo. That is actually how I prefer to live my life. And maybe that is also why, at least right now, how the world looks, I feel more relaxed than I've done in a long time. And I feel more trusting. And I feel that I'm surrendering to getting rid of the plans that I have to travel here and there, the way my life has looked for so long. If I would, be attached to that, and I would look at everything that's been canceled in my calendar, then I would actually be in fear and in contraction right now. But since I trust that what happens is for a greater cause, and then surrendering to it is not difficult, and I can feel that surrendering in my life, and that's why I don't want to force anything anymore. That's a little thought for me. Thank you.